trivial. Coming back to this area as well. Your contributions to Air Force water polo go without saying. You can tell just by the people here and the generational respect that you have from everybody here. Now it's your time to be selfish. It's your time to go out and enjoy the next phase of your life. I know you're going to be trying to keep up with Barb on the bike, and that's going to be a tough thing to do as well. But we wish you the best of luck in your future endeavors. You have a place all over the country. You have homes all over the country waiting for you to come visit. So please, don't be a stranger, and God bless you. And thank you, and one more time, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for being one of the best coaches I've ever known.
Thanks, Ken. Okay, very, very strong class. Class 1986.
Yeah!
My co-team captain, Mark Crosby, currently, well, Cros and I, we'll talk a little bit more about that, but really multi-motor winner, fellow team captain, and current, still not retired, general in the Oregon National Guard. Come on.
Jeff and Barb, look around. This is your family. I mean, how cool is this? 5 decades. No, we're not that old, but it's 5 decades of family. You have 3 beautiful children, but this is the family and the legacy. How many of us as leaders want to build legacies? That's what we're taught to do, and Jeff and Barb have done that here with us. Let's give them a hand for that. Now, well, I had notes, but these assholes at the table took my notes and hid them from me. So, pardon me. As the speakers go on, it's going to hopefully get better. So I can attest, and Birdman referred to it, that when I was out in the Air Force and I talk about my coach at the Air Force Academy, yeah, he's a major, he's a lieutenant colonel. And what is his assignment been? Well, he's been at the Air Force Academy. A guy makes lieutenant colonel only at the Air Force Academy? That doesn't happen. No, it doesn't happen. But I met Jeff in 1980 when I was at Davis High School in Northern California, and he was our referee. And my coach knew him, and I can attest, I am a sworn witness that Jeff Pitamus had an assignment in the United States Air Force outside of the academy. Full witness. People don't believe it. But from day one, when I flew in here on June 27th, 1982, me and Frankie went to your house and we hung out. And here we have no idea, I've never been here before, we didn't know what to expect, and they took us in like family. And in the early years, before their children were born, every day pass we had, because we didn't have long passes and Frankie and I weren't the greatest students, we would go to your house and hang out, have a beer, look at those reel-to-reel tapes. I know you guys don't know what that is, but Jeff had boxes of albums and reel-to-reel tapes, and we just listened to Neil Young and others on end, drinking a cool Moosehead beer, which is no longer in business. And so we could get just a little bit of relaxation. And that meant a lot as you're trying to deal with all the things that we all dealt with going through school. Now, the unspoken ethos of Jeff is work hard, play hard. We've all experienced that, right? Running upstairs, up and down in an auditorium, which we visited today, and I still get chills looking at those stairs, thinking how Jeff was leading the way, Billy was getting lapped. We'd all try to keep up.
You can't pull my Speedo.
That's another story. So, since you got there, there used to be a clock on the wall at the water polo pool. And our senior year, so you may have been gone, Spanky and others.
Stoyan!
Billy was our team manager our senior year, and we like to have fun with Billy, so we decided to remove his suit in the pool during the school day and hang it up on the clock. And he had to go get it in front of all the female cadets parading past the thing. And it was fun, you know, but anyway, those are the old days. We can't do that anymore. But, statute of limitations is well gone. Work hard, play hard. So the stairs, the chalk talks, holding bars above our heads, wearing sneakers, you know, to swim, the workouts, all there. On the fun side, you know, some of it's been alluded to. Fort Lauderdale, epic. And yes, Timmy Shields, that was you with bodily fluids. Okay, just and then the crud game at Pick's house. Yeah. Gerald throwing a billiard ball, you know, with his weak little small body that he has, and it flying off the pool table right through the window. But the door was open. Thank God before Pick's dad killed us. We were just dripping sweat, enjoying that game after our bus blew up. We have trouble with buses. I don't know what the deal is. We have trouble with buses. The pool party at Danny's house, again, epic. So a bunch of guys after a tournament going to his parents' house, and then after a few beers and some food, deciding that it was a good idea to get a car and go to the beach and go surfing at midnight, body surfing, with or without suits optional. We had fun back then. It was good. But the end of the year banquets and McKenna's, always classic. And then the Albuquerque trips. I mean, I met most of the guys here in the 90s from the Albuquerque trips, and the alumni coming, bringing us together, keeping that legacy going. RV. But our class was the first class to go to Albuquerque in 1981. Those things of work hard, play hard, Jeff, and carrying the legacy on, you know, are something we will all remember. So to kind of demonstrate that, I got a small token of my appreciation, our appreciation. I have a couple of gifts. So if you could please come up here for a moment. So first, and the official gift I'd like to give Jeff is my coin. There's a small group of water polo players, and to get to this point that I have that nobody would expect in this room, and that's okay, I agree with that. I want to give you my coin, and thank you for your mentorship and friendship throughout the years. All right. Secondly, so again, work hard, play hard, right? So you can't see it, but I'll pass it around later. Jeff can be very serious, but he can also, you know, be the life of the party. So I got him a mug here that says coach. And I picked the definition of coach. It's a person who supports learning and achieving by providing training, guidance, and mentoring. That's Jeff, right? I got two very serious pictures of Jeff staring at us like we're doing a chalk talk or something else. But then again, Jeff has a lighter side. And some of you younger guys may not realize this, but he had an affinity in the 80s for wearing women's swimsuits. There might be some documentation with the Hogmore Hog nose at the banquet, and at Danny's, Missouri leaning on him, Danny's sister's swimsuit, which she never wore again. But wait, there's one more. Pictures. It's on the mug. So as a family, families have ups and downs. And on the more subtle, you know, the more serious side, we've lost a few of our family members throughout the years. Cy Winnery, Steve LeGrand, and the one person I want to call out, and everybody raise your glasses, I want to call out my roommate, his pupil and Gerald's brother, Frank Veldhuis. And to honor that, some of you may recognize this, I bring out for the first time in 30 years the dual-fisted mug that my roommate and I used on occasion. And I'd like to toast all folks we've lost, but in particular, my roommate and our team captain that year, Frank Theodore Valehuse. Barbara, Jeff, thank you for your legacy.
Next person up, you know, I just sent him a picture, texted him a picture of him when he was a freshman at one of those parties. And he was just this lean kid. He had a big knife in his hand. He was like doing this, and he's wearing these 1980s Zumba pants. And I sent it to him a month or two ago, and he said, God, look how skinny I was. Steve Spanovich, class 89, 4-year letter winner, team MVP, multiple WWPA MVP sites, and one of the strongest centers I've ever seen. So Steve, come on up.
So there's been a slight change. I'm going to reserve that for tomorrow.
Okay.
Because I'm going to be the MC tomorrow, so I don't address it twice, and my part is really
Still
short.
flexing.
So.
Getting us back on track. Okay, DC Conroy, class of 90. I knew him only.
You know that.
I knew DC only really through those Albuquerque tournaments we did, but a 90 grad, 3-year letter winner. Did a tour in the athletic department as assistant water polo coach. DC.
All right, yeah, as Tim mentioned, I got a chance to coach with Jeff also, but I was trying to think of, I'm an Astro guy, so earlier I was talking with Joe Rowe, and kind of Joe was maybe an inspiration to kind of go the technical way, but in Astro we talk in equations, and I'm trying to think how I would describe Jeff, and I just have my only note, it's just a single equation, and I'll tell you what it is. It's P times P cubed equals R. So the question is, how do we define what that is? And I'm going to give you these four stories about Jeff. The first one for passion. So the first P in that equation is really the passion. And we wouldn't go often to the East Coast. Jeff was really, his family was on the West Coast. We always go to the West Coast. I think part of it was the officiating because we never knew what kind of calls we'd get. So in '88, there was kind of he decided to take us back to the East Coast, and we did have some discussions about not worrying about what the refs would call. And sure enough, we're in the game, and I think it was Spano was down there. There was a lot of white water, and we couldn't see what was going on. All of a sudden, and we had the ball. There was an offensive call, and so I look over, and Jeff jumps out of his chair. He runs over, and he kicks with that jug of water, and it's on one of those decks. And it literally slides down to the other team's bench. So for a second, we're wondering, hey, is that other team going to get up? Is this going to be, a water polo brawl that doesn't happen often? That was the kind of passion that Jeff had. And we didn't, you didn't see it much, but occasionally when things got to him, you saw him come out of his conservative shell, if you will. So the next set of P's, when I think of like the preparation. When I was coming back to coach, I talked with Joe Watt, and I said, hey, Joe, what's it like to coach? And Joe, was great, kind of a little bit of a mentor. And he did say that, you spend some time coaching or at night, but you teach swimming during the day. And so I talked with Jeff, and I'm here, and Jeff says, hey, one of the things that I want you to do is to help prepare these videos. And when I think about preparation, we all got those sheets, the scouting sheets on the other teams. And you remember, hey, number 12, he's going to spin you in the hole. Number 6, he's going to drive. And when I read those sheets, I was always scared. I was like, what am I going to do? But, so Jeff says, I want you to make these videos of all the 6-on-5s, 5s-on-6, all our counters. So does everybody watch those videos? We all.
Oh, yeah, for
So
sure.
I had to go in the camera and make those VHS tapes. I could never, well, it took me, I could get it eventually, but he was like, okay, well, where is our 5-on-6? Where's that? I'm like, I put that on a different tape, so I'd have to go run, get a different tape to put those on. So he was nice about it, but he was very, in terms of this preparation, trying to get all the data and information for us to watch. So, I mean, I appreciate doing that. When I think about his, the third P in terms of practice, he had this saying, practice makes permanent. And I remember being in the water with the weight belts on, with someone holding your wrist, and you're literally shooting underwater. And for me, I also remember in the game taking some shots, shooting underwater, and the ball, sailing over the cage. So when you say practice makes permanent, you got to be careful because something. So that's my equation, and I have something for you too that if you would come up. This is I travel a lot now, and I got a chance to go back to Providence, to Brown, where we lost that game. And I talked to one of the facility guys, and there was something that they found. It was in the wall. This is the jug. And there is a hole. And I know. I talked to Barb, and I said, Barb, I want to make sure this is the jug, and Barb gave me one of Jeff's shoes. Kind of captured here. He said, hey, never let one loss lead to a second loss. And we did lose to Brown 4-9 out there, and it was ugly. But it says down here, redemption, 18 October 88, we beat them 9-8 in overtime. So we did come back, and we did actually avenge the loss to Brown. So, thank you.